Good morning and welcome to News Extra, and today we have some fairly familiar voices that you'll hear talking to us about the upcoming Bandana Benefit to benefit the legacy of the Plains Museum. I have Larry Hubbard joining us, along with Marty Martinson and Jim Duncan, all board members. In Jim's case, a former board member, but still emceeing the event, coming up on April 6th. Tell us a little bit about the event as it comes forward here, Larry.
Okay, this is an event that's been going on now for quite a few years, and it's one of the fundraisers that we have at the museum to generate some dollars for the museum. We have like 3 or 4 different fundraisers, and this is just one of them. And we usually have real good response from the people that we contact, the businesses that we contact. They do a great job of giving us different things for our live and silent auction.
Okay, and of course, those sponsorships, those people that do donate items that go toward the live and silent auctions, very important. What type of things are we looking at, Marty, that people might find if they take part in this?
Well, we do a live and silent auction, and some of the items, for example, on the live auction include a half of a processed hog, 4 tickets to the Oregon Trail wagon train. That's a Legacy of the Plains event. 1 year of unlimited car washes from Paradise Car Wash, a 2-night stay up at the Barefoot Lodge by Lead, South Dakota, a couple of Husker tickets from Galen Larson, Autumn Barn photograph, Rick Myers. Rick Myers also took a beautiful picture of a rustic wagon at sunset. There's some mycogen seed corn, Husker tickets to the Northern Illinois game, Husker volleyball tickets. Those are coming from Galen Larson again, a set of tires from Wolf Auto, a fresh water pearl necklace earring set from Tallman Jewelry, and those are just a few of the items that are on the live auction.
Yeah, and the silent auction, I can imagine there's quite a few of them as well, correct? Correct, Jim?
That's right. Yeah, we have many silent auction items, and the community's been great to help us out with this. We'd like to thank everybody that's donated to this and bought tables. We'd like to have you come out and buy a ticket. It's $35, and you can get them at the museum. We have been doing this for probably 2 decades. I've been with it for like 15 years or so. And we'd like to thank the whole valley for their cooperation in these benefits. We're nonprofit. We need to keep the lights on and the heat running, and so we'd ask you to come. The seed corn thing, Larry Hooper would like to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, Simplot Soil Builders and Mycogen Seed went together and donated 5 bags of seed corn. Wow. And most people don't realize how expensive seed corn is. It's valued at the low end at about $250 per bag. Yeah. So that's a huge donation. And what we'd like to do is encourage some of our farmer friends that are listening out there. We'd love to have you call and give us a bid that we can place a bid on that, because we're not sure how many farmers would be in attendance that night. So we're in hopes that somebody will give us a ring and tell us they'd like to bid on those.
Yeah, and I'm certain that's something that would be of value and desire by a lot of producers.
They're going to be buying seed anyway, so
exactly.
Why not buy the seed here and help the museum?
And help the museum at the same time. Of course, that's what we're talking about. The proceeds of the Bandana Benefit help the museum at the Legacy of the Plains. And we're going to talk a little bit about the evolution of the museum, as well as how these monies benefit the museum, when we come right back on News Extra. And we're back on News Extra, and my guests this morning are Larry Hubbard, Marty Martinson, and Jim Duncan, all members of the board. Jim, a former board member, now basically the MC of the event, of the Legacy of the Plains Bandana Benefit. This is something that is a major fundraiser for the Legacy of the Plains. Explain a little bit how the monies that are generated through this event help the Legacy of the Plains, not only with their normal operating expenses, but also bringing in, some of the really neat displays that we have there.
The problem with someone like the museum is we don't get tax dollars. So we have to go out into the community and generate some funds, and we don't sell enough memberships or admissions into the museum to make us be financially stable. So we go out in the community and we ask for some support from the community, and we've had great success. with the different businesses we've talked to. They've always been able to give us some very good donations for whatever events we have. And this is just one of we have like 3 or 4 events throughout the year that are fundraising events, and this is just one of them.
Just one of many. And Marty, you know, the legacy of the Plains, the museum has evolved over the course of time.
Well, it certainly has, and it has become, without a doubt, a world-class museum. I mean, some of the compliments we get from people around the state, around the nation, and you'd be amazed at how many visitors we have from foreign countries. We've had people from Denmark and Sweden, Norway, Japan, Germany, France. Really all over the world, people have come to this museum and give rave notices when they go through it, because it is truly a museum that explains what this part of the world is all about.
Yeah, and there have been displays that have been added over the course of time. The most recent one being the Horses of the Plains exhibit with John Nerud, or Nerud, depending on what part of the country you're from. Focusing on the horse racing and the impact of horses in our area.
Right, and right now there's a water display out there telling us what water is for and how vital it is to civilization, to growing crops, everything.
Now, Jim, what's it like to MC an event such as this? You know, it's got to be a lot of fun, especially with those live auctions. Now, do you get to be the one that gets to be the auctioneer?
Yeah, we usually have Halberg and us, and they do a great job of keeping it rolling. And it's fun to watch people. There's one item 2 or 3 people want. They bid each other up, and I always tell them, you know, this is not for bargains. We're here to raise money, and they do a great job of bidding. So it's fun to MC it and see all the cooperation we get from everyone there. So I've been doing it for quite a while, and Marty and Larry have been very involved in it. We have 50-50 drawing, and we have drawings for gift cards, and it's good. Come out and have a good time. It's just a good, fun time, and we raise a little money for the museum.
And of course, this is coming up on the 6th at the Gering Civic Center. Doors are going to be opening at 5 o'clock. We haven't talked about the cowboy dinner. What's involved in that? What's on the plate?
It's pretty much the same every year. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what's on the plate, but it's the same menu that we've had.
Okay.
We did talk about it. I just can't remember what was specifically said. But, yeah, there is a meal involved, and the price for this whole night is $35. We would like to have some more tickets sold, so we would encourage you to get a hold of the museum, and we'd be glad to sell you some tickets.
And even board members, some board members have tickets as well, as I understand. Is that correct?
Most certainly, yeah. A lot of the board members carry tickets with them and be glad to sell to anyone.
Larry would be more than happy to sell you a book or 2 of tickets.
We'd like to see you buy membership tickets too. It's a great bargain.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, the memberships to the museum, I'm sure, will be available, obviously from the museum or board members. And that's an ongoing, commitment that, hey, I like this museum and I want to support it because it's here.
Certainly.
Yes.
Gentlemen, that is the Bandana Benefit, which is coming up to benefit the legacy of the Plains Museum. It's going to be April 6th with the doors opening at 5 o'clock, the cowboy dinner at 6 o'clock, followed by live and silent auctions, as well as 50-50 raffle, other fun events that will be taking place. Tickets, $35, available at Main Street Market, as well as the museum, or you can contact any board member. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on News Extra today.
Thank you.
Thank you for all KNEB does.